Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another weather forecast here by Adrian's Weather Forecast. And today we're going to be doing another severe weather outlook. And as we are getting more into May, we're going to start getting closer to tornado season, seeing more of severe weather threats. And this is actually not going to have to do anything with a snowstorm. This is going to bring a lot of moisture, and we're going to have a ton of threats to come with the severe weather. We have major flooding threats, mainly flash flooding out here into the southeast, as we could be seeing 4 days of straight rain, which is going to definitely cause the moist soil to definitely overflow rivers out there near lagoons, lakes, and even roads. And another threat is potentially seeing tornadoes and hail as we get closer into the week, more like Wednesday and Thursday. That's where we're going to be seeing the worst of the severe weather in the south central and southeast. And there's also a threat for potentially also seeing power outages, but that's a bit far out to say from now. Again, definitely a major severe weather outbreak to come, and we're going to see many more to come as we get closer into April and even more into March. But if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. Really means a lot when you guys support my channel. Also, be sure to share the channel to any friends or family that you think will love my daily weather forecast, or that you think want to know about this potential severe weather. But without further ado, let's get in this video. So now we're going to be looking here at the European model here. This is going to be mainly focusing on the flooding and just looking at a less detailed radar, as we're looking to a more detailed one later on. But again, as you can tell, we're going to be seeing this first band of rain finishing off. Its first bands will bring rain out off the Atlantic, could bring a little light rain out to the New England area. But again, we'll be seeing the worst of the rain out there out to the Carolina coast, and also seeing a bit of a pickup of rain out there to the Ohio Valley and out there near the Chattahoochee River and Chattanooga River. As we now move now closer into to Wednesday, this rain is going to start becoming more of an just much of the eastern threat, even going all the way up into the northeast. But again, really Wednesday is going to be the only rain day throughout the northeast. But again, mainly is we're starting to see this second system to come in by later Wednesday. So the same day we see a system and we have another one coming. This is, again, definitely going to be the worst of the severe weather. As you guys can just tell by the look of it, this is going to be a severe weather maker. Again, going to bring very strong bands into Texas, near Dallas, and northeastern part of the state, and also major potentially multi-cell storms that could move in also just off the Gulf Coast, which will also cause a huge threat. Also, as we now get into now Thursday, this is when the severe weather becomes a bit more of a threat, moving to the southeast as it does move east. So again, it's going to start clearing up for the south central. Continue to see some light rain, moderate rain, but the severe weather and very strong thunderstorms will start moving east into central southern Alabama, northern Georgia, and even bring some very potential tropical-like downpours out there off into the Carolina coast near Myrtle Beach, out there all the way up closer into Wilmington, and then even by Little Friday, we'll start seeing this rain coming in the mid-Atlantic, and then we could potentially see a bomb cyclone nor'easter after this. So that's also something that we can talk about later on. Now we're going to be looking at the radar here for the GFS, also less detailed as it updates in like 5 minutes. Again, as we now get in the next 6 hours, we're going to start seeing this second band of rain to start moving to the southeast. Also seeing the worst of it out there into northwestern Georgia and now northeastern Alabama. Seeing some light rain moving up out into the Great Lakes near Lake Erie and Lake Huron. And then as we get closer into the next 48 hours here, it will be mostly over. But again, that's where we have that second system moving in. Going to bring very heavy rain closer to Austin, near Lubbock. Again, could be quite heavy at some points. And this rain's going to be stretching, these outskirts will stretch all the way up into the Big Bend area of Florida. So that's also why we're seeing a flooding threat, as the rain's going to be in the same areas for a long time. Just look at Florida there. Next 72 hours here on Thursday, this rain's not going to get any better, especially for the southeast. I'm supposed to have a lot of tennis games this week, but we're just definitely going to get canceled out for the whole week except Friday. Again, we have the Mississippi River here. Again, we also have the Savannah River, the Chattahoochee River as well. So again, this is just not the time to see really this amount of rain, as we were getting to spring, and spring is the wettest season when it comes to the southeast. So again, we're definitely be seeing a lot of flooding issues, and it's gonna be a lot easier. Could be seeing very heavy rain by Thursday evening to the central Georgia area, South Carolina, and then as we now get closer into Friday morning, it'll all be over. But again, we see this potentially becoming into a bomb cyclone or nor'easter. Now let's get into the more detailed radars. So now we're gonna be looking at the NAM model here on the GFS, the NAM WRF. Again, as you can tell, in the next 2 hours, we are seeing this rain out here finishing off in Georgia. Not really going to be too strong at this point. We saw the heaviest later on. And then we are seeing also this a couple of rain showers moving all the way into Arizona, Rochester, but nothing really major at this point. We won't really start seeing this really heavy rain coming back and potentially even seeing severe weather until really the next around closer to 20 hours. So next 17 hours, though, we'll start seeing some severe weather bands forming off into northern Tennessee, central Alabama, seeing some lighter rain showers in South Carolina and Georgia, and maybe even some action moving on out here into the Ohio Valley and out there into the West Virginia, into the Virginia area. As we look at the next 24 hours, this rain is not going to be too heavy, really. Again, not the worst of the rain does not really start until really Wednesday. And, we're seeing some rain, but it's not going to be too bad. But looking to now Wednesday at 1 a.m., seeing this action, what we're seeing going on, start seeing some little rotation. Again, that's also a threat when it comes to getting really, again, hurricanes. When we see these bands rotating and rotating, not really moving, that's going to bring in rain for the same place for a very long time. And that's going to happen here to Texas. Just look at the areas near Lubbock. We can be seeing heavy rain starting to really next 27 hours, and it's going to continue to bring in really heavy rain. Just look at that for potentially around 2 straight days of nonstop rain. Again, that's just nonstop rain. It's not 2 days of rain in the morning and then night and stopping in between. This is nonstop rain. So another threat of flooding out here into north central Texas. Again, going to start getting some energy into very late tomorrow night. But as we now get closer to, like I said, 1 a.m. and then even by 7 a.m. Eastern time, these again, like I said, the outskirts will start stretching all the way surrounding the Gulf Coast, and then seeing the worst of it near moving into Dallas, Fort Worth, and even moving to Gainesville, and then we'll start seeing within around later into Wednesday afternoon, this severe weather will start moving off into the Little Rock area, moving near Shreveport. Maybe even seeing a little bit of snow between Lubbock and Amarillo. That could be seeing a little bit of action there. And then as we get closer into now, moving to really late Wednesday, we're going to start seeing this action starting to build up. It will be very small bands of rain, but again, it could be quite severe. It's not going to be a major wall cloud, not like that at this point. But again, we're still not very incredibly close to this. But now we're going to be looking at the NAM3CAM model here for the GFS. And again, as we get the next really 11 hours, we will start seeing some very strong bands moving into the areas of out here off the Ohio Valley. Very strong bands, especially near Paducah and out there into western Kentucky. Also seeing some action out there into southern Illinois and even Indiana. But now let's get closer to the let's get closer to the southeast, as we're going to start seeing some very strong bands forming as we get closer to the day tomorrow. Seeing these bands actually moving southward with the winds. So definitely an open window for seeing some rain moving into these areas out there into the southeast. Could bring some scattered rain showers at some points, but in the next 20 hours, these bands will start to combine, bringing incredibly heavy rain, mostly for Georgia and Tennessee. Alabama, yes, we'll get some, as you can see, the whole southeast is going to get scattered rain showers, but the worst of it will be near Atlanta, Alpharetta, Gainesville, even seeing this very heavy rain near Knoxville and Johnson City. And as we now move closer into the next 24 hours, this rain will start moving near Clemson, Columbia, all the way near Charlotte, and it will be in the clear. But the southeast may be in the clear, but look what we have going on out here into Texas. Again, we'll start seeing this action, starting to see this precipitation with this low pressure system off into Mexico. And look at these bands, going to bring very strong bands out here into central Texas, seeing of the potential flooding rains north of that for Lubbock into the Panhandle to Texas. and this could bring very strong bands all the way up into near Jackson, Mississippi, and Gulfport ahead of time. So again, also seeing that flooding threat playing. Again, as we now get into later in the next 52 hours, seeing this very strong bands, but very, very small out there into the Baton Rouge area, moving towards New Orleans, seeing this very heavy rain. This is not going to be any severe weather. This is just really cold, chilly, flooding rains out here near just south of Oklahoma City. Seeing that rain coming towards the Gainesville area, and that will really impact, really starting to impact the Dallas and Fort Worth cities. But as we now get into the closer to the southeast region again, looks like by really Thursday, this will become a big, big threat. So again, like I said, really when it comes to severe weather, Thursday is quite far from now. Now we'll be looking at what we're seeing here for today. We are seeing up to a slight chance, but again, mainly a marginal going all the way up into near Columbus, Georgia, even closer to Macon, Georgia, all the way up into the El Paso area in Texas. But again, we have a close to 12 million people out there into the marginal risk. We have Houston, Texas, Montgomery, Columbus, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi, and Pasadena, Texas. Again, we also have the areas near Alexandria. We also have Shreveport and also Baton Rouge in the marginal. And now for the slight chance, only around 5 million people. That's gonna be for San Antonio, Austin, Killeen, Round Rock, and College Station. So also some very big severe weather stations out here. So that's good if we have any issues. But again, doesn't mean just because we're in a slight chance doesn't mean we can't have tornadoes. As sometimes we have tornadoes where we would only have really up to a general risk. So again, even if you're in a level 2 risk, that's still very high when it comes to a chance for tornado. Again, only 2% chance, but as long as you were in a chance, then like I said, you have to watch out. But that's only really for around 5 million people for San Antonio, Montgomery, Columbus, Macon, and Albany, Georgia. For now, winds only really around a 15% chance. So you don't really see some damaging winds, no power outages at this point. And Hill is also at a 15% chance. That's for around 3 million people for Austin, Waco, Killeen, Round Rock, and College Station. And now for as we get into tomorrow, this is where we see this threat not any higher, but will be impacting a lot more people in the marginal. We still have over to 11 million people for Houston, Shreveport, Jackson, Tallahassee, and Pasadena. So again, obviously going to be affecting bigger cities. And then we have 6 million people out there into the slight chance for New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and Mobile, Metairie, and Lafayette. Again, really just going to be seeing, this is not going to be a huge, major, severe weather outbreak, but again, still something to worry about when it comes to really a chance for seeing some tornadoes, because there is a good chance for seeing the severe weather, but it's not going to be a major outbreak where we have the 30 to 40 tornadoes in 2 days or anything like that. And now we're going to be quickly looking at, before we get into the windy.com, we'll be looking at the total precipitation. But again, look at these totals. Wow, up to around 7.5 inches, but that's just off the Atlantic. But again, look at this amount of rain here. That's quite a lot of rain, all the way by the end of really the general week. So as we get really into mostly out there near eastern Texas, out there, could be seeing a chance for 3 to 4.5 inches. For much of central Texas, could be seeing around 2 to 3.5 inches of rain. Mostly at 4 if you're in general central Texas. As we get closer into the southeast, this rain will start to pick up a lot more, as will the severe weather. And much of the south central here, we could be seeing a range of 3 to 5.5 inches of rain. And out there near Macon, Georgia, near Montgomery, Columbia, we could be seeing a 5 to 6 inch range here for amount of rain, and maybe even 6.5 if you're right on the tip there of the brownish color. For my area, I'll be seeing up to 3.5 inches of rain, which is not what I need. And again, this rain's going to go all the way from really New Mexico all the way up into the northern Atlantic. So again, as you guys can tell though, just a lot of rain to really come these areas in. May not sound like a lot, but with the amount of rain we've seen just last month alone, this is a lot. Just look at that, really. up to close to around 6.5 inches right here. And now we're gonna be looking at windy.com. We have not really looked at this in like forever, since almost like a year ago, due to the really severe weather being very chill, and I haven't really thought about going to windy.com yet. But again, now we're going to be looking at the severe weather, rain, and thunder. So this can be seeing really the amount of lightning and thunder with the severe weather, and also rainfall totals as well. Down here you can tell. But again, really right now, again, we're not seeing that much. We are seeing a little bit of lightning reports out here near Birmingham, Gaston. Again, really 0.18 of an inch out here into these areas. But higher totals are near the Gainesville area, as we are seeing, again, not too high, but 0.33 of an inch as well. But again, that's near the Cumming area, Coal Mountain, off Lake Lanier right here near Gainesville, Flowery Branch, up to 0.28 of an inch as well. And that's really what we're seeing from now 2 to 5 p.m. As we now get into later Tuesday morning, look at how the severe weather is going to get a lot worse now. Again, it's going to have to do with the second band near Tuscaloosa. Look at the amount of lightning we could be seeing out here. A ton of lightning to be reported, or most likely to see a ton of lightning out here into the Tuscaloosa and Albany, not Albany, Birmingham area. Could be seeing up to around close to a 0.62 of an inch. So very close to more than half an inch of rain with that very small total, with a very small amount of time. And then we have at the 0.68 of an inch as well. So again, as we now get closer into Wednesday, 9 a.m., look at this here. This is definitely a huge severe weather outbreak. Look at the lightning over here. Just look at these threats right here for they're near Cameron, Temple, Madio, Fairfield, and out there near Athens. Just look at this severe weather. This is very high, as well as the rainfall, 1.5 inch of rain, 1.6 inches of rain, 1.43, and out there closer to 1.53, and the highest amount is closer to right here, 1.59. Just look at that. That's crazy. And then as we get closer into Wednesday night, it will calm down a little bit, seeing some more action near Columbus. We could be seeing a ton of lightning to come near Columbus and out there near the Hamilton area, the Phoenix City as well. But again, not too much rain at that point, close to an inch of rain. And then as we get closer to Thursday, it also will start to act up quite a bit out there near the Savannah area, not just north of Savannah. We could be seeing a ton of lightning stretching all the way out there near Charleston. Could be seeing out here close to more than an inch and a half of rain, really, or a bit, actually, yeah, a lot less, actually, close to an inch. Hope you got to the video, and again, I'm really excited actually getting closer to the severe weather. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll have a lot more updates coming in this week for severe weather. Bye-bye, guys.